Button?
Hey, so you gotta go back and say everything you said.
Say it again, right? Is the number moving?
Yeah, the numbers are moving.
Okay, we're good. Just stand there one more second, make sure I'm lined up. Good morning, good morning. I think I should be good. Too short? There's a Zoom button right at the top.
Okay, you're good.
You good?
You're good.
Okay, good, good. This way, for the people who aren't here, we always want to make sure you guys can get the information. Why life is happening. Can't make it this week. This came up. We got to respect that, understand it. But the only thing I'm not going to understand is if you don't do your homework. Because we got a whole week, right? We got a whole week to prepare. Yes.
With the code, I was confused because I didn't know as far as. Okay, all right.
I got you.
I got a question about education that you're talking about. So is it focused on educating people on the process or educating people about what's going on right now and what?
It's a mixture.
Okay.
It's a mixture because see the thing is once you're registered that means that you can play. Now do we need you to just go run out there, I'm a Democrat? We gotta hold people accountable. Like I'm saying, we holding each other accountable. What are the issues that they're addressing? If it's not being addressed, are we getting a group together that says that this is something we should address? Because right now, as you see in the news, everybody wants to talk to us now. And it's like, this is an ongoing conversation, but we drop the ball because we don't hold accountable. We be glad we got a president, woo! Then we lost Congress, House of Rep, we lost both because nobody voted for that election. That was a different time.
Right.
So we go out there every 4 years, what about that 2 year? What about that 1 year?
Right.
That's where it counts, come on. Everybody in here, whether you have kids or not, you're paying for the school in your area.
Right.
Your tax dollars are paying for the school in your area, some paper, if we can get some of that. But for my visual learners, I don't want to neglect them. But other than that, we good. But you're paying for that building. All of those buildings, your tax dollars, go visit them sometime. Hey, I'm a taxpayer in the area, just want to stop by. How you doing? Because buildings are being run down. The parents are not attending the PTA meetings the way that they should, could. Life, again, is going on. But again, how I hold them accountable? Where's your email? Where's your phone? Call. You can't make it because you got to work second shift. I understand that. That doesn't mean that you neglect the building because those numbers dictate what happens. I'll give you a quick example. I go to the board meetings for the Cobb County Schools. It's every first Monday. Everybody's invited to it. There's 101,000 kids that attend the school district. I might go to a meeting and see 15 people there. So now people say, well, at this school, they doing all of this. And at this school is nothing. How about district-wide? Nobody's showing up to the meeting unless it's their agenda. We got to do better than that. Because one of the things I like to do, like we did last week, let's applaud what's good. So at the beginning of the meeting, the official meeting, which starts at 7, they do recognitions. So we want to recognize the GPI level 1 and 2s because they get, you know, and you'll be in there and I'll bring my camera and I'll take pictures and post it on the site for them because we don't know about that stuff. I just want to come up here because this ain't happening and that's legitimate, but again, it's a way that we have to do that. They do a community comment session where everybody can get on that list and voice your opinion. All of this yelling and not doing the writing, submitting the emails, because once that community session is over, the superintendent and the board members come down. Now, whatever it is you want to talk to, hi, so-and-so. Now it's a meet and greet. Exchange numbers, because relationships, communication, that's it. Without that, we lose. We continuously lose that fight. Told you my thing about folding the newspaper. When you talk to each other, it has to change. And we are the change. As the business owners, you guys are making a difference. So this week we're going to get into more of the meat and the potatoes of it. As Ms. Paula mentioned about the website and the app, I will be able to put information in there for those of you that need to be fast-tracked. For those of you who feel like you're missing something, we're going to have that information in there. Like I said, the first couple of ones, I can't say enough about relationship building. We could talk about the NACE codes and you qualified number 90183, and that's great, that takes care of you. What about us? Like what he mentioned next door, $8 billion contract. It's gonna be a collective to get it. The contract that Mike and a couple other members are working on, it's a collective. You know, it's a nice piece of change, but that one person couldn't do it all. When you get your government contract business, that's what you become, an employer and a staffing agency. When we talked about the support circle, sign in for me, please. We need you to also write down, who do you know? Who you know in IT? Who you know in HR? Who do you know that's an electrician? Who do you know that's management? Who do you know that's whatever? Because when that contract comes on the table, now we gotta find people. So that's a good problem to have, but you don't wanna be waiting too long, because if you're already building that database, and guess who you already got on your list? Everybody in this room? So we'll take a few minutes again today, you know, everybody meet and greet again, write down the information that this person does. Because if you go on FBO Daily and you see that there's a contract for, this is a true story. Every beginning of the year, January, government buildings have pictures inside, right? You know, government officials and stuff,
Right.
they pay somebody to change them. That's a government contract. So you know everybody can hang pictures? You see how simple that is? We take so much for granted. They changed the pictures. The new DeKalb commissioner or the new House of Representatives, somebody got to change it in all the buildings. Next year they got to change it for the new president. You want to be on that bill? Think about it, that's a contract. You drive around, yeah, I'm gonna probably do about 4 or 5 today. Driving around Florida, stopping by the beach house. Expand your mind. Don't think you do what your current occupation is. You do a whole lot more. And we just don't give ourselves credit for it. That's why we did that exercise last week. I want you to open up and think about who you are, what you do. And for the person that was here, we talked about what is your long-term goal, what is your short-term goal, what is your number one goal you want to accomplish by next year. And we're going to talk about a strategic plan to achieve those goals, because it's got to happen. If you don't do what you were called to do, that means the whole system is thrown off. Because we all got a special gift, and we have to use it. If not, again, we drive by graveyards every day with people that we hope that was the cure right there for cancer, but we're driving right by it, and they didn't have enough confidence or support to move it forward. Yesterday was in the meeting, brought some students to be with Congressman Hank Johnson. We got a chance to meet Ronnie Johnson, the guy who made the Super Soaker. So the kids got a chance to meet him, you know, everybody playing with this toy. He had went through some stuff, but he got paid for it. You know, as an adventure. And he told those kids, here's my number. You know, we're gonna bring your apps to life. So again, you never know what you'll be able to do, who you may run across. All right. So one of the things for homework that we're supposed to do was think about the name of your company. The name of your company, we're gonna do it again this time, we submit directly to Paula. That's our GPI, Small Business Government Procurement Institute guru. She is the Oprah Winfrey of this industry. So what we do is you come up with your name, we submit it to her. She might say, hey, that's a little too general. She might say, hey, you need to add this. She might say, hey, 2 thumbs up. So we'll think of it, submit it as soon as we can. Let's not wait, because we need the proper name.
How are we submitting them?
Email. Remember, she's sending out emails to the whole group too.
Okay.
So you have her contact. So there's a lot of email. Well, she's saying we're going away with email because of the app.
Right.
And because of the website. So if you don't have that, gpiwin.com, that's the website, gpiwin, WIN1N.com. Go on there and look at what's there. The developer is building as fast as we give them information. And if it's anything, hey, Mr. Wright, what about a section? I'm going to submit it. We don't know it all. She is the guru and knows a lot, but you said, you know what? If they would put this That will help so many people. Okay, let's do it. Again, if it's something good, what are we waiting on? Implement now. We want to take what's good and use it now. So I do other work. I work with a guy. He has a beauty supply institute. African-American man, owns over 78 or 79 beauty supply stores. Ownership in different areas. Again, and he goes right in other communities and shut other businesses down. Because of what we talked about last week, process, system. So I go out and I cover, I do stuff with him as well. But it's like I'm around a lot of different people that are doing things. So if I don't know the answer, I may know somebody who does, and I don't have a problem going to LinkedIn and Google so we can find the answer. Again, I told you, I'm Mr. Right, but I'm not always right. You know, but we're going to work it out. So that name, he does a thing where he tells people, what's the name of your beauty supply store? And it's Sherry and Nancy. Sherry and Nancy what? You know, what do you do? You know, Africa symbol. What is that? It's like, put your name of what you do. Because people driving by these businesses and they don't even know to stop there. He said, just call beauty supply store. You can go wherever you want inside, but put that on the sign. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that'd be good. And so you want to have the proper name. I don't know if you guys had a chance to meet Kevin, but he's over at GPI Millennials. So, I mean, he's a business owner. He's got some of his upper level management working here as well. So what we're trying to do is make sure we bridge the gap so that everybody is learning about the opportunity. Imagine this, we learned about government procurement in high school. Imagine learning that in college. That's what he's working on. Sign in for us, please. And what you will see, they took care of it? Okay. Imagine you graduating out of high school, going to college, and you already have information about doing this. But then, you know, he's a millennial, so he's super tech, social media, you know, everything they understand. And quiet as kept, we need to learn how to understand it too, because that's where business is going. We start talking about, well, you know, I'm too old to be doing, all right, so how much money you want to give me to do it for you? I'll take that check. I think that's one of his tag names, cut a check. Yeah. Cut a check. That's how business is done. Somebody's going to have to cut a check at the end of the day. You don't want to do it, fine, this is my rate. I prefer that you do it because I already got management issues because I got a lot going on. But everything can be managed. What is it, UPS moves 1 million packages a day? Don't tell me about you're overwhelmed. 1 million. How many things you doing? You're busy, you say, right? You know, I'm so busy. I got so much going. They move 1 million packages a day to everybody's house, business, wherever you need. With very few percentages of error. You're doing this. What are we going to do? Manage our time. Manage our time. So, your name, your name, your name. Matter of fact, take a couple of minutes right now. Write your name down. If you don't know your name, we're just going to commit a couple of minutes to a couple of ideals to write down. Because if we don't make the time for this, when you leave here today, guess what? You got this going on. You just got the phone call about this. You know I got to go to this. It's not going to happen. And in your heart, you want it to happen. But that life thing creeps right up on you. Yeah. Hey, come on, now stop that. I need you to do this. You know, you're on the phone, you got a lot going. That's perfect, Kevin. Thank you, sir. That's perfect. Now, that should be plenty. Bless you. Like I said, I just want to make sure I get my visual people right. They'll be beating me up to them. Okay? You did a lot of talking. Can we see something? So I got some hands out and everything for the kinesthetic one. Again, the learning styles we talked about. So again, I'll be quiet to start thinking of some names. Start writing them down. Some of you already have a business. But now the thing is, we got to submit that name and see if that's going to be your business name that's going to help get you global contracts for the government. It might be good for local, but globally, you might have just limited millions of dollars because you didn't incorporate something. Or your name said one industry, and as we pull up the NACE codes, you find out that industry only pays this amount. But you changed your name, and guess what? All these fit under your name now. So I can't tell you how to count your money. Some people like this a little bit because they think, you know, money is the root of evil and whatever lies somebody done told you. I thought it was the love of money, but you know, money is going to create opportunities, and we can't be afraid of that. We have to understand that it's ours. We're supposed to have it. So,
John Wallace, is there going to be a database that has everyone's name and their skill sets in there on the GPI website?
yes, sir.
Okay, good.
What's going to happen is what? Sign in for me, please, on that level 1 and 2 folder group. Once we get populated who is what, we're going to put it in there. One of the things that we do in the class is like a quick bio on each person. Like last week, we did a quick, who am I, not too detailed. After we get some weeks in, we got our name. Some of us already got an EIN number. Some of us are already registering for SAMS. Then we'll start that next video to give more information to share. But last week's video, again, supposed to be going to the developer. Not sure when they're going to have that ready, but it's going to be exclusive for us.
Okay.
So whatever we do in here, it'll be in there for our group. Paula, Mike, the other level class teachers will be able to see it, but it's really just for our class. So, and again, for training. Yes.
On a local level, in the industry that I am in, home health care,
Yes.
I'm starting from the bottom. I had to kind of clear my name from a partnership.
Okay.
And so I'm going through the process of starting over again.
Okay.
So I'm having to do the Kojic and the change of my name in the LLC.
Okay.
Do you have any assistance available for us to do that? Unfortunately, when I was with my partner, she did all of the administration part, and I just took care of the homes.
Okay.
So I need some assistance on that.
You got it. Well, believe it or not, this is that class.
That's what
We
I
go
thought.
into that.
Okay.
You know, this level 1, we can actually have 5 and 6s in there based on your experiences. But we just want to make sure that we get you in the place that you need to be.
Okay. So I've
Okay.
started that process, and I have this big lengthy packet
Okay.
that is really. I mean, it wasn't too hard to organize and
Okay.
figure out what's what, but it's kind of mind-boggling when you start talking about getting contract ready.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, who did you receive that packet from?
This is from the Department of Health Services.
Health Services, okay. Yeah, because each industry is going to have their own thing that they need you to do. So what we'll do is, when we wrap up, I'll look at some of that for you.
Okay, thank
And
you.
then we'll contract specific, I'll go speak with Paula as well.
Okay.
And then when we meet with Paula in the morning, if there's any sidebar issues, that's a good time to ask.
And I keep forgetting about that meeting in the morning.
Yes, very important. That's a good way to start because remember, all the levels are your new business partners. So even though they're 5 and 6, your skill set is something that they need for their contract that they just got awarded today. Here you are trying to get ready. If that's not motivation for you to hurry up and get it done. She said, what do you do? Home health care? I need somebody. Oh, well, I'm not ready yet. No, I'll be at home all night trying to figure out. Hey, Mr. Ray, Miss Paula, Mike, I need.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's what I started doing this week.
Okay.
And so I just got kind of stuck when I started reading the SAMs.
Okay.
So I stopped because I didn't want to do anything. I think I sent you an email. In fact, didn't want to do anything that would
Slow you up.
slow. Right.
Well, with the SAMs, I actually had a problem, and I'll explain that as we go.
Okay.
They got a Dun and Bradstreet is one of the things you're going to have to do, and it's a trick. They want to verify who you are.
Right.
They put like 4 phone numbers on there. Guess which number they had in mind? My cable number. Who knows what their number is? Most people don't. So we're trying to figure out, if you see a number that looks like the area code that you know, that's probably the number. But I ended up having to do it in the paper version. I had to call, because it was a cable bill number that was in another state that I lived in over 15 years ago. So I was like, you got, sign in for me, please. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But it's worth the journey because the Dun and Bradstreet, if you do it through SAMS, it's free. If you go to Dun and Bradstreet on your own, $500 or $600. So just signing up here, taking this class, we already saved you $500 or $600. Knowledge is power. If you don't know that, okay, they said I need this number, you Google it. Dun & Bradstreet gonna have you fill it out, and the fee is,
Nothing.
for people who got kids going to college, is at FAFSA.com and .gov. One gonna charge you.
Yeah.
.com.
You don't know. What is .com? Commercial.
Commercial.
Right.
Business.
Right.
They say, hey, I'll help you. Now pay me some money for this free site.
Right.
So we don't know that lack of that knowledge, it will hurt you. People that, well, I don't know, I didn't know, you still gonna be held accountable.
And that was one reason I stopped.
Yeah,
Because I
that's
didn't
very
know.
good. We actually have, when she talked about webinars, when you go on there, the log on the SAMS is already on the webinar for you, step-by-step video.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Well, it's, I don't know what section she has it. What I'm gonna do is, I brought my laptop today, but my projector, I didn't have the cord in here. I normally say the third class is when we actually gonna do the
Okay.
projection and stuff. Cause I wanna go through the websites with you, so that you can see. It's one thing to say, all right, just go to sams.gov, fill that out, when you come back, we're not gonna do you like that. Well, I'm gonna do you like that this week. I'm gonna say, go to those websites. So look, you know, you don't understand something, master breaks, email something, stop the presses. But if you stop that, don't stop the other parts of your business. Every day you need to be working on something for your business.
Right.
Even if we don't have the business yet, it is your business.
I did the Kojic,
Okay,
so
That's
we're
good.
done with the fingerprints and all that stuff.
I'm telling you, each piece, insurance you're gonna need for your business. Is there certifications for your business? Do we need to be bonded for your business? It sounds like a lot, but again, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And we got each other back, right? That's what it's gonna take. We have to be there for each other. It might be something that, again, you might need to ask your neighbor about that can help you. And not necessarily wait for me, the website, but always use me. Like I said on Saturday, when class was over that night, I sent everybody that had an email on here an email. Okay, you have my number, you can text me as well, you know, and with the email, let's communicate. Like I said, I don't want this class to be the 2 hours out of 168 hours of your week that we talk. We gotta do stuff each day. So when Monday morning comes, what does your business look like? Most of us got a job, but what does your business look like Monday morning? From 9 to 5, what does your business look like? After you get off the day job, what does your business look like? If that's not on your wall in your house, you might have up here, Wright Enterprises. That's the name of my company. Not official yet. So if I don't like that name, tomorrow morning off the mirror, cross it off, put something else. But put it in front of your face. Business owner, president, CEO, feel that. You have to understand that level of leadership. You're not the supervisor that's over the employee. Okay, I need you to make sure you get there. You're the CEO. You're the president. You got somebody to go check on that for you. Because I really don't have time for that. You could be the COO, the Chief Operation Officer. Let him handle that. Or the CIO, the Chief Information Officer. You know, the C-suite officers. That's what you are. We gotta get people in it. You know, I'm gonna need somebody to run this for me. Stop saying that. Stand on top looking down. It's not that you're better than them, you earn your spot. And if they wanna be employees, that's fine, we'll pay them. But we make a lot more money than they do to do it. As a security guard, I learned that trick and it blew my mind. $5 an hour, the guard was getting, they were billing at $25 an hour.
That's
So
right.
for every hour the security guard worked at 5, company made 20.
That's right.
And you glad you got a job. And you know what their trick was? After 30 days, they give them $1 raise. And you know what that meant? We ain't never gonna quit. Man, I like this job. They gave me $1 raise, only been here 30 days. Not knowing behind the scenes, I think we got it. We got another one. Keep them coming. Hey, if you ever need me to do anything, I'm available. They used to tell us, watch out for overtime, because that cuts into our overtime profit. They get paid a higher rate for overtime,
Yeah.
but they give you time and a half. And then say, well, you know, we really don't have it. And you're buying this story, you feeling bad for the company, they talk about their profit margin. They had me one day, they say, hey, look, this is what we'll do. We need you to work the overtime, but we'll give you Friday off. So I just did 16 hours back to back. Friday off with no pay. Ain't like they paying me. Well, they did pay me when I did the 16, but no time and a half, no double time. What they doing to our young people? They don't know. Are we telling them? Because we working our jobs. But are we telling them that's how it works? And if you tell them, they might get mad and not even work. But we got to explain that's part of how the process works. But what we want them to do, we want them to be CEOs. We want them to be presidents. Again, the number one indicator is based on what you do in your house. We are those presidents here. We have to lead. We have to show them how to do it. So, you got the C level. That's what you are. Put your hat on. CEOs and presidents. And for a couple of seconds, think about what does your company look like? When you go get your contract, what does that mean? Sounds good. I'm getting a government contract. But what you gonna be doing? What does that look like? And then some of you might be honestly saying, you know what? I don't even know. I just know they say government contract makes some money. I seen young man wearing suits. I just want to get that program right there. I want to do what they doing. I don't know what it all means yet, but just tell me what I need to do. And if that's your concern, we'll get into that too. Honesty. Nobody knows it all, but we're willing to share and work with each other. So name your company, put some ideas down on paper now. What does your company do? Start writing it down. Can it change? Yes. Because we haven't done any official documents on this. But if we don't start going through that drill and exercise, will it ever happen? You will be another one that went to a good class. Boy, that thing was good. I enjoyed that. I got my books and stuff around here. I'm thinking about taking the next one. Did you get your company yet? Well, you know, I've just been so busy. Okay. You're so busy, you just throwing money out there. But I'm going to use it later on in life. When you get good information, you implement it immediately. You don't have time to wait. So, again, name your company, ideals. What does your company do? Write that down. And then I'm going to hand you a sheet that's dealing with NAICS codes, North American Index Code System. So just keep writing on that. I want to give you this and it becomes a distraction. Because you start reading this. Oh, that's what that is. And you don't finish your official task. Yeah, I found that out too right now. Okay. Yes.
Will this class help us incorporate a business?
Yes, that's all part of it. The other sheet that I have over here for you today is LLC corporations. We're going to talk about their tax ID. We're going to talk about Secretary of State registering with them. We're going to get into the SAMs, the Dun and Bradstreet. We're going to go through the whole thing, leaving no stones unturned. And again, those kind of questions, that's what we want. Don't sit here and you got a question that don't know.
Will we need an attorney or?
No.
Okay.
You won't. Well, maybe if you got one of these big ideals, then we can, within GPI, we can find somebody that can give you that type of advice. But for the initial registration, Secretary of State, Government of Georgia, you just going right to their website. The articles of incorporation, everything is done. One of the things that we recommend off the top is the LLC.
Okay.
Limited liability corporation, dealing with partnerships, or you can do the corporation where it has the stock options, but we're gonna get into that as well, give you choices. But when you're first getting started, you know, we like to go one way, but we don't limit you to what you want to do. Because some people, that may be a better route. But we'll advise, we'll give you the information, we'll supply you with what you need on that. And those questions, again, at the end of class, if we still didn't get it, write it down. Write down your questions. If it's not being answered, let us know. The worst thing is, oh, I should have asked this. Still got 24-hour access. The email, I'll write up there again, the phone number, you have that access to me. Only thing I say about the phone, text me. And this way I can try to respond back to you that way. But we want collectively for you to get what you need. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Phone number and email.
All right. I'll write it on the board. But it's 770, myself, 770 560 7858. 7858.
Mr. Right.
Right. I got some cards, too. You get a chance to give them out in the class. Let's see if I got enough for the class. I don't know if I gave any out last week. Here you go. Six. Four. Four. I got a whole box of them. Okay, now, in regards to business cards, for those of you that already have them, great. If you don't have them, again, we're waiting to get the official information before you do that. But there's some, everybody heard of Vistaprint before?
Right.
Free shipping, and they can do, what, $500 for $10? That's a beautiful deal, right? You like that? How about Staple does the exact same thing in 2 hours?
That's right.
But we're not paying attention to the information.
Right.
You waiting, oh, mine should be coming. Matter of fact, let me put a rush on them since they only $10. I'm gonna pay that extra. Staples, go right up in there. And you can fill it out right there in the spot. If they're not busy, they're done right there for you. $10. $10 business card. Now, I got front and back, so that's exclusive. $20. It's the same $10 deal, they just did on the front and the back. I don't, but I have more than cards. And I'll make sure. Yes,
You pay $20?
29, 2 sides. Yeah, I don't have any more with me here, but, before we leave, yeah. And the thing is like, that's the generic one that we can use. So I don't know if that feels good to you. Y'all might want something to think I know y'all fancy and stuff. You want some bling bling? You want yours to talk when you hand it to the person? Hello. But again, are we spending our money on showing people what we do? You know, if you get caught up in this fancy display up front and you can't match that delivery, you lost a client. A lot of people give you that first shot, okay, yeah. Then they come back to you, well, I'm sorry, we don't have no walls, but I got paper. Let you doing something really good with that paper? They might not come back. So the thing is, what do we need a business card for? Get our information out. You're going to hear people talk about an elevator pitch. What's your 30-second line? So as I give you that card, I need to be able to make you remember who I am. My name is Lester Wright, Mr. Wright, not wrong, but right. You can remember that. You know, you got to find something. They got to remember who you are. You at a conference and everybody passing out cards, and who is that? I met this one brother. He had $8 billion. He owned Afghanistan.
Even when you're wrong, you're right.
That's right. I use that one too. No matter how wrong I am, I'm still Mr. Right. Look at that. See all the different things that help you, and people will remember. You got to do something so they can remember you. You cannot just be another face in the room. You have value. You are a CEO. You are a president. But I don't remember your name. Did you give me a card? What was that again? Come on. Got that one chance. We got to deliver. We got to make. I understand being humble and meek, but if you ain't selling yourself, at the end of the day, your company loses. And if your company loses, your family loses. Your family loses, the community loses. And then if we God's property, who we really representing when we do that? Yes.
Okay, actually
really not a question, a comment. I really love the thing we did with the Vision Quest.
Yes.
Because, I realized that sometimes I was holding in things and not trying to share and ask people for ideas. And I work for Wellstar, and I was talking to this guy's in IT, and he owns like arcade equipment, and he's had that business for like since '84. Then I was like, you need to delegate, because he's always tired, because he's doing healthcare stuff like Epic support. So I was like, David, you need to delegate and you need to employ other people. And he was like, I want to teach people because they're gonna steal from me. And I was like, David, are you serious? So he's been struggling and doing that. But when we did that support part, it just made me think, because I've been working on it and I'm expanding it.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, you really need a good team. And it's so good that we hooked up with you guys, because you guys are so supportive. But I really love that Quest thing. It was really nice. Yeah, it was awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that, because a lot of times when we do it, we try to keep it private, but it's up to you. But if you wanted to share something, or if there's anything on that drill that we did, you can bring it up and we can talk about it, because again, that passed, and now last Saturday is part of the past too now. That was the present circle, but now that's in our past. And then all those chapters of your life are your past and pen. But we're trying to move towards what's our future. And remember, you're bringing all of this stuff with you. Unresolved or not, we got to figure out how do we do it. And like I said, a lot of times we don't want to talk about counseling and stuff, but some of us, it ain't going to work no other way. We're going to have to get some kind of help. Some kind, because it's affecting your life. And you are the one that's supposed to do it, but you don't even believe it. Write this down. I know probably most of you already know this. The poem, Our Deepest Fear.
Yes.
You should know that. Write that down, get that poem, put it on your phone, put it on the wall, do something. Anyways, it's just so powerful. And we have to understand that. You playing small does not benefit anybody. You got your light down low, I don't want to make too much noise. No. Come on, we have to do it. They need to be on the other side of the country saying, what is going on over there? Everywhere you go, it should be. The kids and the adults always smile. I say, yes, that's free. We can give that for free. Let's share that with each other, because you don't know what somebody's going through. But that smile, hey, good morning, then it's kind of contagious. And they're like, hey, good morning. I don't know what that was about, but he smiled, and we do that. And if the person doesn't say good morning back, it's okay. You know why? You said it because that's what you wanted to do.
That's right. That's right.
You don't control what's going on in their world. See, that's why I don't talk to nobody. I come in here, nobody respond back. I say good morning. Are you serious? Are you mad at me because I was writing this down? My mother just passed, and I didn't respond. You're good morning. So now I'm on your hate list. Woo! I thought that was because you wanted to do it, not because I was obligated and required to do so. So you got to understand, again, when we talk about that, personality management, different people in different ways, you don't know. And when that person don't respond, someone must have something going on. Have a good day. Because I wanted to do that. That's what I did.
That's right.
Didn't need your permission.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that. And guess what? I feel good, too. It's just opening up. The energy is great. I'm excited. And I just want you to feel it. When there's bad things going on, are we just going to concentrate on that? You got a whole life to be thankful about, but that bad thing is going to now dictate the rest of your days, the rest of your day, the rest of your hour, your minute. Are you kidding me? We can manage that. This is going on. We'll deal with that then. Right now, hey, how's everybody doing today? What you need, okay? Let's make sure we do what we're supposed to do. And then that support circle, can we talk? We got some stuff going on, just like you. Let's deal with that. I can trust her. We got that relationship. Now we get back up and let's keep on going. But if we don't address and deal with it, again, it's hurting you and everything around you. So we have to be the master of that and get it on track. Sign in for me, sir. And yes.
I know we listen to Paula Watts every time and she says, you know, make sure you have enough insurance, make sure you have a good lawyer. But some of us were starting off, like how are you gonna pay, like even the guy who came, David, the guy who spoke the first time.
Okay, yes, yes.
Like I have this lawyer who I pay and now, and we were like, okay, but how we gonna manage that when we're starting out?
Let me tell you.
Okay,
For our level, you listen to what they're saying.
okay.
You know, you take from what you can right now. You know, you can't feed a baby a steak. You know, we're gonna chop it up. Let's get there.
Okay.
You just know that these are part of the bigger picture. You're managing $3 million. Yeah, you need a lawyer, but you're managing $3 million. You know, the limited liability corporation is going to be based on your company's name, not you.
That's it.
So now that company is going to look at Mr. Trump, bankrupt 8-time billionaire. What was bankrupt? Those companies. EIN, that's something that you're going to get with an SS4. That's a government form that you fill out. And EIN is equivalent to your social security number.
That's right.
But it's the social security number of your business.
Right.
Of your what? Your business.
Right.
Not you. That entity. So that's what you're going to protect. That's what you're going to do. But again, we're getting to all of that. But that lawyer and all, in stride. You know, when you have the guest speakers coming in, you heard his track record, his background, what he's doing. $150 million, and you know, billions of dollars. That's great. You're going to need a lot of that. But until we get there, let's build what we need. We need a foundation strong, and that's what we're doing. But because you're part of the institute, you get a chance to see all the levels. And like I said, that person that's 5 or 6 may need you now. So you got to hurry up, go home. SS4, EIN, SAMS, case number. You got to get all that stuff. But we'll help you with it. But that stuff will be in the folders. So for fast track, for those of you that's like, hey, look, I'm ready. All right, here's a bunch of things I need you to do.
Okay.
Don't come back talking about, oh, I'm really, you know, at this point, I don't think I need the class. I'm ready to do this. Okay, did you do this? Well, I know how to do it. No, did you do this? There's one thing to do this. Again, I told you, I'm sick of people that do this. All day long, we just talking. When you're ready to move, call me. When you're ready to do something, call me. Let's do it then, but you'll talk yourself right out. One of the classes I teach, I asked the student, I said, 3x plus 5 is 12. And they said the answer is 4. So you sure? How you get 4? Yeah, 100% right. How you get 4? Really, you couldn't come up with nothing better than that? Well, I thought it was 4. Maybe it's 6. So I done talked you out of your own answer. Where's your confidence at? That's what we all have to do. You know, you might not say nothing because you don't feel you got that confidence. So when you going to start practicing? When you going to start preparing, CEO? Because you're going to have to present to somebody. And it's your company. So I'm not a great speaker. Stand in front of the mirror, start practicing. Good morning. My name is, start doing it. When I started doing sales many years ago, I had stuffed animals on the couch. When they started jumping up, I knew I was on the I said, you get a car, and you get a car. But it's those things. I'm going to tell you, to be honest, you don't just get to where we are now.
That's right. That's true.
Nobody. It's good that we're here and we're humble enough to share, but a lot of people aren't going to tell you how they got there. Because they want you to think, oh, I'm the one. No, you're not. There's a whole bunch of you out there that can do what you do. Y'all can do what I'm doing. You know, it's training the trainer. Yes, ma'am.
That's such an important piece to be able to stand up and just present yourself. What I know that's a weakness of mine. I don't like to do it, so I joined Toastmasters. And we have to look at our weak areas and begin to build those. So many times we work on our strengths, but we have to be honest with ourselves and say, look, I'm not good here, I'm not good there. What can I do to build myself in those areas? So
that's it. We have to, again, your discernment. You might not be able to tell everybody, but get that accountability partner and work on it. We got to do it. You know it's a flaw. It's not that it can't be fixed. but you know that's a weakness.
Right.
When you're going to interview, so what would you say are some of your weaknesses? And you sit up there telling, well, you know, I can't get up on time. And you think they're going to hire you? Just sometimes I just go through so much. You know, they don't make you feel comfortable. Now you telling them just something. They're like, yeah, I understand. Not going to hire you. And how many kids you got again? Yeah. And I never can get a babysitter on Friday, so I'll be late. And they're coming to you for your company for interviews. This is stuff you're going to be dealing with. Remember, everybody's not polished. You're going to do, and you might discern how you're going to work with that. Because you might have something that needs a lot of workforce, well, you start training people on how to interview. Because they need a shot. They don't know. They thought they were doing the right thing. They said be honest. Maybe, yeah. They wasn't talking about that weakness. They was talking about that weakness. You know, sometimes I get so caught up in my work, I forget what time it is.
That's it.
That's what
You know, I get lost in the job, and I'm here late hours sometimes just because I want to get it done. You know, it's not a deadline thing. It's just I want to get it done. Oh, really?
Yep.
And that's my weakness. You know, that's one of them. And now you learn how to say that, and it helps. You know, because you're your resume. You are always selling yourself. It always amazes me when people say, I don't like to do sales. Well, who goes to your interviews for you?
That's right.
You got to sell you. That piece of paper look nice. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Tell me about yourself. They looking at all this, but they ain't telling me nothing about you. One of the things, so they look at you. Okay, I'm like you. Yeah. You're like, what? Excuse me? Because they're not comfortable doing that. You know, I'm not going to get the eye contact. I'm not going to assert myself. You know, I love that interview question, where you see yourself 5 years from now. Probably in your position. Now, depending on the interviewer.
Yeah, you might not want to say that.
Especially if they're one that think that's all they ever gonna do. It took me my whole life to get here. You gonna take my spot? No, sir. You gonna take my job? 5 years from now, I thought you were moving up. Oh, this is where I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna retire right here. Let me get her to talk about it.
Okay, two things. My first question was about the when you're talking about the business name and the industries that we want to be in.
Yes.
Okay, I am not sure what industry I want to be in. I have my business already.
Okay.
So I have my personal business. But the reason why I wanted to do government contracts was to create a source of income that would help me fund my business.
Okay.
And so that's why I'm not really sure. I don't have a specific area that I would.
Okay. Let me stay talking. I'm going to start passing. These are the NAICS codes.
Right.
These
I
are
was just
all the
gonna-
different industries. So you can look through here. Again, this is, it's 30 of them, so it's way more than what we need. So just keep passing around to them. And I should, the remainder is sent to the front.
And then my second thing is, Doc asked me to make this card. He said that you knew about it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Can I share my experience with that?
Absolutely.
When you send out the email, the initial email, I was locked down in personal care. That's what I want to do. And I went on and I saw all these classifications. I was like, okay, this is vast. So it really broadened my vision for where I wanted to go, because I saw in healthcare there was also health services. There were also they were just vast. You know, it was vast. I had to choose which ones that I wanted. I only could handle 3. So
Let me tell you something to go along with that. What she's talking about is, now these are like from 2012, these are like the top NAICS codes that are out there. If you go to census.gov and click on NAICS NAICS, this North American Industry Classification System, it will show you all of the different NAICS codes. Now, if you can look at the number that is next to these different industries, if you click on it, it might be 25 subcategories underneath.
Right.
It might be 8, it might be 30, there's a bunch of, so on SAMS, you can really list up to 100 NAICS codes.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
They're looking for your top 4 or 5, but you can list up to 100. So if you that person, hey, I don't want to leave no money on the table. These are options. So I just want you to know, we're not in the box. So when you say you're not sure, look at that list. Look at all these. These are the top ones. And we just told people, if you want to know what jobs to go look for, these are industries. They look for jobs, these are the top 10 industries right here. Like I said, there's tons of them.
Yeah, I went all into social services. I was like, oh my God.
Then you can click on one, then you can click on that same one, then that opens up another sub, and another sub, and another. Next week, with the laptop and projector up, I'll do some clicking on it. But I want to give you things that you can start looking at before we get there. Again, for that fast track, business owner already in place. And a lot of people already said they had businesses and ideas where we're in it. So we don't want to slow you down, but I want you to take nothing I'm saying for granted, because this is all part of it. That whole people skill thing, without it, not going to survive. And these are the people working for you. These are people that you're going to hire. You're going to have independent contract, 1099. You're going to be a lot of interaction with folks. And if you don't know how to deal with that, it's going to hurt you. You know, but as a CEO, you can say, you know what, that is definitely something I'm not going to work with. But at least you're able to identify what that is. You know, I tell people all the time, with your attitude issues, not anybody in here, but you got a company, you working at a job paying $200,000 a year, and you don't like your boss, so you going to quit? Oh, we're going to work that out, right? So we can work it out at that rate. What's the problem? What's the problem? Because you learn from working it out at whatever level you're on. Because remember, we're just preparing ourselves for that next level. CEOs. But this is where the training starts.
Right.
We have to learn here and now. Interaction. Like you stand in the supermarket line next to that person, but you ain't going to talk to them. She got a new contract. You don't even know who she is. And she needs your skill set.
There you go.
Boy, and you're doing this on the phone. Boy, I'll be grabbing these people and registering. And then all of a sudden you over here, yeah, I just got the 20 million contract.
Now you
Want to turn around. How hard was it? Hey, how you doing? Oh, I see you got the bread too, yeah? Little stuff. Little things we don't, and we write it off. I'm talking everywhere. Hey, how you doing? Look at them chips. I've never tried those before. So, she eating them because she's the owner of the company. That's a positive product for her. She's not going to eat the next brand, but you ain't even going to talk to her. Wow. You going to act like you don't even eat the chips. Oh, that's the... I wish she goes somewhere else. Are you serious? You just got to watch people. Go to the mall and just sit down and just watch people. It fascinates me. All the little ones, the older ones, the way they claiming their spot, and you're just like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like nobody better not walk over here. This is my.
Very territorial.
And you're like, wow, now I'm gonna walk up there. Oh, excuse me.
On purpose.
I'm a bad guy.
You crazy
I'm
like
so
me.
sorry. But we all know how we are.
That's right.
Open up, guys. Open up a little bit more.
That's right. That's
Because
right.
a lot more people need to be taking this class.
And you know,
They don't know.
she was talking about her weaknesses, and I know I have a lot of them, and I know what they are. So I'm always looking for team builders. I'm always looking for a team, somebody who can complement where I'm lacking. Okay, I don't know, I'm not good in this, but I know she is. So you know, I need you over here. So I'm gonna go talk to her. I'm gonna make some conversation and get some relationship going, so that I know that when I need this, I can call on her.
Come on.
And I always look for who's going to fit best on my team. I'm always interviewing mine. My mind is interview.
We better.
And I tell you, there are some people you want to stay away from.
Yep.
I need to know that. And there are some people who you want to say, come on.
Now think about this, the IT people. Years ago, IT people were non-social.
Right.
There was no customer service about IT.
That's right. They came in
You
and
are the idiot in the room.
That's
Because
right.
I'm just here to wire. All they had to do was plug this in.
Oh, yeah, I don't know where they from.
Yeah.
Here's the ticket. Let me just sign.
Let me get out of
Why
here.
they called me out? What was that? Excuse me, hello.
That was my son, I tell you, all day.
So we got to work with them because guess what? Contracts need IT people.
That's right.
That's right.
Now that new age IT person got customer service.
Oh.
Hey, how you doing today? Monitor working all right? What about this?
Right.
I'm gonna come back through later. We got Office 12 now. I'll put that on there for you. Now you remember them. Hey, that relationship. You don't have IT problems no more.
That's good, because now I can ask my question. I was gonna wait, I didn't know if it was the proper time.
Mhm.
But when you're building your infrastructure for your business,
Yes.
I know everybody's business is different,
Yes.
but what are some key individuals that you need to have in place?
I'm gonna
Like
tell you.
I've hired already my accountant.
Okay.
Well, I haven't given her no money, but I let
We said you on retainer. I'll be back. Got contracts in work right now.
she has agreed to be on my team. So I want to start, and that's the person that does my taxes.
Okay.
And she's excellent. And she's actually the senior accountant for the Chamber of Commerce. So I'm looking. So I need to know who else I need to be.
You just sit there at the chamber, just meet everybody. I need two of you.
At 7 o'clock.
What you look at
At
me,
Panera Bread.
son?
7 o'clock Panera Bread every Saturday.
What you need to do is, a lot of it has to deal with your industry.
Yes.
Because what you're gonna need is what we call subject matter experts.
Right.
You know, your SMEs, subject matter expert, and that's gonna be based upon what your industry is.
Yes.
You know, so you can hire folks, but are they the best at what they do? And are they willing to work with what you're trying to do? Because you gotta be upfront with people. We're not trying to lie to people. Look, I'm in a class right now, I have my own business, I'm working on a government contract, I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need that. Because you see, when I was talking to you earlier about the C-suite, the CEO, the CIO, the chief management. So you got all those upper levels, but then when you start to come down to the supervisor and the workforce, that becomes industry specific. You know, so if we're in the healthcare, what are we gonna need? We're gonna need somebody that's gonna definitely deal with insurance. We're gonna need the people that's gonna handle the coding and to take care of that. Where are we getting our supplies and equipment from? You know, so you're breaking down your industry. This is why I said, what does your business look like 9 to 5? If you wake up and you go to your company, what's in there? What does that look like? And each person, each industry is different, but you have to be able to understand what that is. Because everybody's not gonna be the same. So you say, hey, I remember before I had a job as a custodian at a big business. And the reason why I went to work there, because I wanted to own my own maintenance company on the side to clean.
Right.
So what was it? Why did I do it? I wanted to learn where they get their supplies from,
Right.
where they get their equipment from, who they doing contracts with, so that on the side, I already know what's going on. Most of us go work for that job just to work for that job. It's a bigger picture. What is the mission of that company? What's their vision statement? What part did you buy into? At $25 an hour, are you good? Are you serious? Is that it? Yeah, I'll hire you $25 an hour if I'm making $500.
Yep.
I'll give you a little $25. Matter of fact, you get $27. If all you want is $25, I got $27 for you. You can hang around a little bit longer. Let's see, you made me $1 million this year. I'm gonna get you a gold watch too. That's a gold watch. Does it feel good? My company love me. Mr. Wright's a good man. He's a good man. A gold watch. Look at what he did for me. Just keep making them millions for me, because all you want is $25 an hour. It's a good job. It's a good job. You let me take off everything. When my kids need to be picked up, I can leave early. How much money is he making off of you to do that?
Mm-hmm.
To create comfort for your space. But as long as you don't know what's behind door number one, you good. You telling everybody about this man. Now I done hired a bunch of people that's making him millions of dollars, and he ain't paying out no money for that. You're getting what you asked for. Dividends are being paid. Stockholders are happy. Come on, open up the mind.
What is it that makes us think like that, though? That's always puzzled me, because I used to be the operations officer for an home health company,
Okay.
and I had 10%. That was my share of it. It was sweat equity,
Right.
to say the least. But the guy did exactly what you said. He had these shoes. I love. I don't well, it's some kind of high-end shoes. And I kept telling him I like those shoes. He bought me a pair. He gave it to me, as a gift. But he didn't have the mind for I'm a nurse as well, so
Okay.
he didn't have a clue how to run a home health company. I kept telling him, this is what you have to do. In the nursing industry, women will do business with women before they will with men. It's just an old fact. I don't care what you look like. They'd rather deal with women.
So you hire a woman?
I told him that. He wouldn't. I told him, I said, we're not going to be successful because my income was tied to the gross revenue that came in. But after about 2 years, guess what? I bidded him a due because he wasn't going to change.
Yeah.
But you're right. They'll give you just enough to try to keep you happy.
But what happens, it becomes a mindset.
It is.
And I'll come right to you. It's something in regards to the conditioning.
Right.
Psychology talks about it. Condition that rat to do
Right,
certain things.
yeah.
And we become part of that cycle. Again, we talked about number one indicator of you being a business owner is having one in your house.
Exactly.
If we don't understand that mindset and live it and see it, like we on vacation, come on, you know what that means. You out of school this week, you're going to work.
That's right.
And you grow up knowing that. You understand what that is. Or with today's generation, you can read, watch a webinar, you can learn the same mindset. But if nobody's discussing it, it's not even on your radar. And we do the creature of habit. My dad, he gets up, he goes to work every day. So we learn work ethics. We're going to work every day.
Right.
Not understanding that, what was your dream as a kid? And did you ever live to do that, or did you get that good job and just say, hey, I was able to take care of my family, I did those things, and those are noble, those are honorable things. I'm not knocking it, but it's like we got to expand it a little bit more and take on more insight. Go to you, and then I'm going to finish up.
No, I was just piggybacking on what he said, because actually you just said everything that I was actually going to say. As far as why do we have that certain mindset? Because again, just like you said, dealing with how we were groomed. Because even when I was talking to a family member, my aunt, she was like, well, what is the purpose of the classes? And so as I was explaining it to her, she was just like, you just need to get you a good government job, and you just need to, build from there, and you will be okay. And so what really surprised me is my grandmother had interceded and said, no, because you can't put her in a box. She's always been like that as a child. You just can't box her in. And so, you have to let her do what she wants to do, or it's going to be some other stuff going on. So with that, it had always been stated of, you go to work, you apply for a job, and you continue to, go up the scale on them, and you will be okay, and you retire, you get your retirement check, and then that's it. So I know for myself, I wanted to go off the realm on that one and do something different, and go and do things that I enjoy doing. I don't want to get up where I'm mad every day going to work, and where I'm like, God, I got to go up in here today. Please have discernment over my mouth so I don't go off on like going in there. So with that, I said something got to shake. So let me start investing in myself instead of other people, so that I can move and start doing other things. And my son can also see it and teaching him as well.
There you go.
So,
Hey, would you be willing to put on the website a book reading list? I'm reading a book by John Maxwell about leadership.
Yes.
Would you be willing to put a list of books up there for me?
I'll tell you, I was sitting here thinking about, as one of the things to mention today, was, like what you mentioned, if we're going to be in business, the first investment is in who? Yourself. Because it's your company, so if the first thing you got to do is be willing to spend that money that time, the hours to make you the best you that you can be.
Right.
And the thing is also, in regard to think about what you said, as a child, we can all be in the same household and see different things.
That's correct.
Like all of you are sitting where you are and you see me, but you see different things based on whatever your experience in life was. So we can all say, well, can you replay what you saw? And it was like, that little hole right there just kept aggravating. Most people don't even see the hole. But depending on who you are, these different things affect you. So in the house, Grandma said, look, she is not going to fit in the box. First of all, there ain't no box.
That's right.
I don't know who created the box and put you in there and you voluntarily just jumped on. I'm in the box. I'm going to change my mindset. I'm going to be out the box thinking. There's no box. Why do you think there's a box? You already have put yourself into a certain area that will limit what you can do. But the reading of the books, I got tons of them. I was going through my library at the house today, and I said, what's some simple stuff that I can grab? And you don't need to buy a lot of this stuff. Here's another trick. Write this down on your paper. Whatever you're searching for, at the end put PPT. So let's say business in Georgia, PPT. And what that does is Google will go search the internet for any PowerPoint presentations that's on business in Georgia. Now, did you need to make that PowerPoint? No. We can cut and paste now. Another thing you can do, PDF. Whatever you're searching for, put PDF at it. Information is out here, people. We have to take advantage of what's here. So when it's time for you to put your information, your plan together, you can look at some models. But again, each of us have our own personal calling on life. So put your twist on whatever that is. So you're not sure, you need to do your market research. Find out what's out there. Harvard has their PowerPoints online. You can put whatever that topic is, put Harvard and PPT, and it will do the research for you on some of the slides that they're actually using. All right, so now this book might be already online, How to Start a Business in Georgia. I don't know how long ago you got it, but it was 24 hours. But now I would just say look for it as a PDF. Look for it as a PDF. But again, this is only one, guys. This ain't the only one. I'm not saying this is the best. I'm not doing a commercial, but you always should have books. Always. If we're talking about being in business, see, the big problem with a lot of the universities and stuff that's out there, they don't make it personal. They don't make this personal now. It's just a bunch of information. So what good is just information? If nobody's going to help you go through it. Now, some of these things, you need to struggle go through so you can understand the value. A lot of us now, what is it we talked about before? That push-button generation. Microwave ding, but you don't know the value of nothing. You don't know no value. Well, I got me a LLC. Okay, what does that mean? I'm in business. Okay, what does that mean? I took this class. I got my stuff. Okay, so what you gonna do? If we're not connected to the next step, it's just another. We're collecting things. I like Rolex. You're just collecting them. Are you collecting them just to collect them, or are you thinking that they're going to have some type of value where you can resell them later on and do something with them? Because we got to think about assets, liability. Something that's going to help, or is it just taking it away? If I own this, like driving that car off the lot, did it depreciate as soon as we drove off?
Absolutely.
So what does the last year leftover look like? But how much price difference? Yeah, give me that one. Give me that one right there. Same car. Oh, they changed the light. Oh, you got the 2015. I see the lights is different. Yeah, 20,000 cheaper than your 6,000.
Yeah.
And how many miles you got? None. Okay. So, but I'm not saying don't reward yourself in life now. Set some goals that you want, that item, that trip. But make sure you got a long checklist that you went through to get it. Don't get it now just because you can. Again, you don't appreciate the value. So look at the NACE codes that you got in your hand. Circle 1 or 2 on here that you think you might have an interest in. And then when you go home tonight, you want to click and see what subsets it goes through for you. First one, we got agriculture, forestry, fishing and hunting, mining, quarrying, oil and gas extraction, utilities, construction, manufacturing, wholesale trade, retail trade, transportation and warehousing. Remember, this is like the top 25 of that time. But there's tons of them. Once you go in there, you'll see a lot more. Finance and insurance, information, real estate. Now we have real estate people in there. Professional, scientific, and technical services. Management and companies and enterprises. Administrative and support, waste management, remediation services, educational services. You know, the GED program at night with the Department of Juvenile Justice. It's over 1 million people in the state of Georgia don't have a diploma. Over 1 million. And like I said, there's so much stuff. Whoever designed this shape of this room, the architect of that HVAC system, who decided to put squares? Why don't we have circles? You know, whose idea was that? Why do we have wood? Where did they get that wood from? Who designed a split door? Who created these type of blinds? This is all money. The chairs you sit in, somebody designed that. The carpet, this way that it's set up with the green border on the outside. Somebody did that, guy. The floor is shining. Who created that wax? What application did they use? Everything that we have on, where did it come from? Somebody created this. What are we waiting on to create? What are we going to do? Again, you might not be that person here. I know you're very good at this. I'm going to hire her. She's glad to get a check. I'm trying to get a building. I need the subject matter experts. You guys are all great. You do great. I'm hiring everybody. You get a check. You. Because you ain't trying to be an owner. You know, that's too much problem. You know how much stuff you got to do to be an owner. I just want to go to work and come home at the end of the day and do some more of my work because I didn't finish it at work. And then take off my sick days to finish more of that work because I'm behind all my work. Really? That's what we're choosing. But we don't know that there's door number 2. That's what ends up happening. So arts, entertainment, recreation, food service, public administration. You know, there's a couple of things on there. Like I said, general. Where do you want to play? And again, knowing that with Sam's, like I said, you can put up to 100 of them.
Wow.
What's your top 4 or 5? Yes,
Can I ask you a question? So how does a startup business do business, get government contracts without experience?
Without the experience, the thing is you're going to create the company. And once you get your company, and we're going through Sam's, we're telling them what industry that you're going into.
Right.
So the thing is, they're going to tell you on the site what they're looking for. And then if you have that skill set, or if you're able to get people on your team that have that skill set, that's how we get that contract.
Okay, so I guess there's an application you have to fill out,
Yes.
everything and ask for, I guess, the experience.
It's a
with
bid
doing
and
that
everything.
business and everything.
Yes.
So I guess you pull the experience in from the people that's working along with you?
Yep.
Okay.
Your team
Up for that
counts.
contract. Okay.
You don't have to have a PhD, but put one on your team.
Come on.
Yeah, I got a PhD in so and so on our team. And we got this on it.
Come on.
It's your company. That's how they do it. There's nothing wrong with it, but you got to put them on their team. Because that's the package that you're selling. Again, the contract is not about I. It's a we thing all the way around. There's no way the individual is going to be able to do that $4 million worth of work that they need. There is no way. As your staffing agency, you want to get those right people in there. Then sometimes you might get the contract where somebody's an AA. And right now, I'm deliberately not using a lot of the government terminology. I'm just trying to get us down the line there. But like I said, I'm going to put all this stuff in the folders for you to do it. This way it doesn't confuse you. Because like when we had the guy come in as the guest, he's doing it. So he's saying these words. In my mind, you should be trying to write down what is he saying. I need to go research what he's talking about. This way I won't sit in another room where I'm not informed. You know, even though I don't know the language, but that should start that buzz for you because I want that. Might not be able to do it at that level yet, but when he acquires a contract that is an AA and the time their 9 years is up, what they end up doing is the option you have is to go in there and present to the people that are already working there.
Right?
Their contract is up. Hey, Big John. Now you got the guy who just did it for the last 8 years.
Wow.
There you go.
So your experience is what again? Doesn't
Valuable.
matter? It's different, because I know throughout life we're taught one way. And that's our base point. That's what we know. When I was doing money management on Wall Street, here I got $25 million and find out I couldn't buy certain stocks.
That's right.
I thought money mean you can buy whatever you want.
You can't.
I was dealing with IPOs and secondary, that's initial public offer. The syndicate calendar at the brokerage firm might hold 200 shares of Apple for the whole firm. I got 25 million, you got 30, you got 50, couple of thousand. We gotta go to the same one person who doesn't tell us they only have 200 shares. So now all the money in the world didn't matter. But we're not taught this stuff. You know, so as we gain the knowledge, what are we supposed to do? Share it. So when it comes to that contract, it ain't about you. You know, get what you can, but get the people on board that can do what they gotta do. So if they got a whole department that handles that, and you coming in, hey, you meeting and greeting with the people that's there, hey, I may be the one to take over the contract, you're still interested, we have another opportunity, and Ms. Paul will show us exactly how that's done, and we make it happen. No need of recreating the wheel, because now you're trying to figure out, now what am I supposed to do about it?
It's already there.
GPI is here. You're a part of the system now. You know, if you need that one-on-one service, you're making money, save all. You know, when you start getting specific, when I was on the market, I went to go to the School of Industrial Management and Technology at NJIT in New Jersey, because they had a financial management class that's supposed to be really good. When I was managing at $25 to $30 million, I went to the class, they couldn't help me. Now I was like, no, professor, I'm not talking about theory. No, I got this right now. I need to know how can I get the company I'm working with. They want me to get 50,000 shares of Apple, but everybody who I call ain't got it. Imagine that, 40% of the profit I was making off of each deal.
That's good. That was good money.
On something I knew nothing about. How I get that job? I was a security guard at a hospital first. What I tell you to do? Yeah, I'll go into the story another time. But yeah, security guard asking, what's the name of the patient you'd like to see? Hold on 1 second, please. Thank you, have a good day. A volunteer introduced me to somebody in his family. Next thing you know, I was doing it. With no experience.
What you're doing?
Because what I was doing was financial management. So they gave me money, my job was to buy stock. I had brokers who were over the firms who said, we would love for you to come work for Oppenheimer, Kidder Peabody. Once I would have been hired by one of them with a Series 7 exam, now if I do what I'm doing, I'm inside trading.
That's right. That's right. And it's jail time.
So now, because I work for Oppenheimer and I know that Canon is coming out with a great deal, I can't buy it. None of my friends, none of my family can buy it because that's inside trading.
Wow.
As long as I don't work for them, hey, give me all that. Let's go, let's do business. Because I'm not under anybody. With your money, you can buy whatever you want. It just wasn't my money, I was managing somebody else's money.
Conflict of interest.
And so that allowed me opportunities to do things that I didn't know. Yes.
Okay. So I guess this is more of a personal question, but it might help others.
Okay.
For my business, from listening to you talk, I'll just start from the beginning.
Okay.
So from listening to you talk about like building structures for your business or whatnot, okay, I already have my business, and initially I don't want. Okay, my business is Good Wishes, so it's an encouragement company.
Yes.
So that specific name has a specific purpose that I want to stand throughout when people see that name.